as well. And so I'm happy for them as much as it. And to have some of them here, and I got so many texts today, my phone was blowing up, the guys that couldn't make it, that wanted to be here, and said so many nice things. So it means a lot that it's there, and I've put a lot of time into this university and the program, and a quarter of a century of my life, and my family has been ingrained in it, and I've been thinking about it for 25 years, every day, every night, every time I took the field to try to put the best team out on the field, the best product out on the field. It's something I've been proud of for a long period of time, and now I guess you can look out on the wall and say, hey, there was something pretty special here for the last 22 years, and so I'm proud to be a part of that. But it's something that I'm proud of for the teams that I had and the coaches that I coached with, and for all the players, because it's really signifies that they were very successful, and that they did well, and that they played hard, and they practiced hard, and they were tough, and so that's what I look at when I see that out there.
Coach Bakich, what has it meant to you this year to have him here, to hear that, I guess, public encouragement of your leadership? How has that impacted your first season here?
It's been awesome for, figuring out, just in a year one is always, it's always that figuring out period, that transitional period, and to have a friend, a mentor, someone who's coaching the coaches, mentoring the players, providing that wisdom. But even bigger than that, it's just the personality and the energy that Coach Leggett brings to our staff. I mean, it just completes our staff. I love our staff, love the wives, love the families, and Coach Leggett is a huge part of that. And, we're hearing about Tanner, who's back there, hearing about Colby, and seeing pictures of Rock, and it's just feels like family. And so he comes in, Coach Leggett comes in, and we laugh all the time. And but then when it's time to get down to hey, we need to do this, or this, and it's his wisdom and what his experience in baseball and what his eyes have seen for 40 plus years coaching college baseball is invaluable to the rest of the coaching staff. And so where he can impact our coaches, it helps us coach the players better. Even though he's not coaching the players, so to speak, but he gives them wisdom and leadership and lessons that he imparts on them that they're going to remember forever. The 7 minutes with seven that we do every game, when he gets the guys before they do their pregame running and huddle around him, they're going to remember those stories about being a fork, stories about being a rock, not a marshmallow, like all the stuff, it's awesome. And I still listen to it, and I find myself leaning forward and listening to him just talk about the diff and all the things that it's good. And you can see why he's impacted so many coaches and so many players, because these are just foundational skills, fundamental skills that you take with you in life, not just baseball.
Coach Leggett, how good has it been for you to see the commitment Clemson's made to baseball with the new player facility, the room we're sitting in right now?
I think it's awesome. People love their baseball here, and Graham is very progressive and believes in the program, and he went out and got the best available coach in the country to come here, and it shows the commitment that he has to the program and to the athletic department, to baseball in particular. And so I love the fact that I see the facilities growing, and that's a big part of recruiting. It's a big part of these kids feeling comfortable, and it's a big part of showing everybody in the program that the program cares. And I'm just glad to be a part of it, glad to see it grow like this. There's always things you can do bigger and better and improve upon, and I think Graham and Eric both have a really good vision about where this program can go, and I see it going there.
How would you describe the camaraderie and the chemistry of this team compared to some of the teams you coached?
Very good. They learn something every day in this classroom. They learn something every day out on the field, and I think I'm as impressed with what they're learning out on the field. I'm as impressed with what they're learning here and learning with all the words that are being taught to them, whether it be the the lectures in here, or the 7-on-7s, or the times that they're just talking the dugout or on the bus, or whatever it might be. They're learning something every day. And so I'm proud to be a part of that, proud to see that. Because, when I see all my players, all they talk about, they don't talk really about going to Omaha, they don't talk about, they feel it, they talk about winning, they talk about all those kinds of things, but the things, the texts that I get are not about baseball. They're about what they've learned, what they're taking with them over the course of the 4 years that we're here, the experience that they have, that not all the time have anything to do with baseball. And so I really am appreciative of that part of it, because the biggest thing that lights me up every day is I have relationships for a lifetime with kids that I have coached 40 years ago that are 61 years old now, and guys that I coached maybe 30 years ago in their 50s and so forth, and they're different schools, but they learn the same things. And so I'm really, I think the chemistry of this team and what they're learning is really good. We're still learning about what this team can do. We've seen some, ups and downs, but at the same time, I see the real positive in what this team is capable of doing. And like Eric said, we still have many things ahead of us that we're capable of doing. And we just got to keep on growing. We've got to keep on working. We've got to keep on grinding, because it's a long season.
Any other questions? All right,